Welcome to another episode of our Talktober Friday sessions here on Facebook. Great to be with you again. We've had some fantastic interviews so far, and it continues again today. Of course, Talktober is happening right now. If you're not involved, it's not too late. Head to themailhug.com.au. Join us and take Talktober. All we ask you to do is to call a mate every day. It can be a male mate. It can be a female mate. It can be whatever. It doesn't matter. Just call someone every day. Have a chat about how you're feeling and how they're feeling, and you'll both feel so much better, guaranteed. Maritza from Conscious Conversations joins us once more. Hello, Maritza.
Hi, Tony. So good to see you again today for another Friday session.
Great to see you too. Talktober is really kicking on, and a big part of the Mail Hug and the money that we ask people to donate through Talktober goes towards what we call our buddy program. And I'm not sure if you're aware, Maritza, I'm sure you are, that the buddy program is for people who don't have someone to talk to. There's a lot of people out there who don't have family or friends that they believe they can share their feelings with. So with the buddy program, we allocate you someone that'll just be a listening ear, someone that you can offload onto and dump all your problems on, and they'll be there to help. And one of our buddies is a guy called Testa, and he joins us today for a chat as well. G'day, Dan. How are you?
I'm well, thanks, Tony. How are you?
Yeah, fantastic. The buddy program to you, obviously you're involved, as we said, as one of our buddies. What does it mean to you to be a part of that?
I'm very humbled to be a part of it, actually. It all started last year when I actually just saw a post on LinkedIn with a close friend of mine who had shared our CEO, Tony, his cause and what he was trying to do, specifically with the buddy program. And I just reached out to him out of the blue and said, I'd like to be involved in helping people, and especially having a voice and having someone to talk to, because it's so helpful in that process of just getting those problems out, just having that conversation. And actively, we've seen the buddy program grow with more buddies. We're always actively looking for more buddies. And more importantly, we're seeing more people actually picking up the phone and calling the buddy program, which it's a sad sight to see, and obviously not something that we like, seeing people in distress. But the good thing is that those conversations and what we're promoting in specifically with Talktober, it's working.
Being able to be heard is so important, isn't it? I mean, you can talk to someone and get advice, but sometimes you just need to be heard without the advice or the judgment or any other response. It's just that listening. And this is what I really love about this buddy program, is that that's what it's there for. It's just so the person can get what they're feeling off their chest to someone out there who's willing to listen. How have you found the experience so far?
Yeah, obviously having a conversation with someone and being a stranger, you automatically, you need to build a certain level of trust. And so the experience it has to be quite genuine from both parts. But, the key word there is listening. You've got two ears and one mouth. So you want to definitely put one phone to one ear, but at the same time, you want to listen openly. And whilst we're not a crisis management service, just that conversation alone and starting that initial conversation and that sort of mental health first aid has been a really big part of the success that the buddy program has obviously seen over the last 12 months, but obviously the continued success and support that we're going to provide the community in that initial conversation. And as you said, Maritza, the support that you give someone just by listening, it's the problem shared is a problem halved.
Yeah, agreed. Now, you are such a great listener and you always do reach out. We've connected a few times in the past because we've got a lot in common in what we're trying to achieve with our impact. Is there a key to the way that you interact with people, or what's been helpful for you in the past when you've had some dark moments and there's been people in your life who have helped you to elevate and feel a lot better?
Look, personally, I've had my mental health challenges. I treated mental health as a really dark hole, and then got to get really familiar with it. And I know that sitting with, the help that I received at the time, it was really about working through the problems with the right people. And that started a lot of the times, 99.9% of the times, with a conversation. How do we move forward? What do we do? What's the game plan? About 18 months ago, I came up with a mantra for myself. And that is to make the world a better place for as many people as possible. And that was a goal that I'd set myself in everything that I did, both personally and professionally. And the truth is, after having a good conversation with some close friends about it, they'd identified that I'd been doing it long before I'd had it written down on a post-it note, which was awesome. But actually living that on a daily basis now, and when you're actively seeking to speak to people about how they're feeling, and you're open and you take the moment to stop and actually pause, that pause is the strength. And listening to someone and just being there for them, all of a sudden it unlocks their trust and their ability to open up to you. And that vulnerability, both for myself in what I experienced and how I experienced it, is all of a sudden transferred to that other person, and then they have a trusted person they can talk to. And again, when I spoke with Tony last year about the buddy program, and he explained to me exactly what the mission of the organisation of the Male Hug was going to be, it ticks so many boxes of just what I wanted to do to help more people. I do that professionally as a financial advisor, but so many people that I speak to, and I'm very privileged to speak to in that profession, need more help than just their numbers and their finances at home. It comes down to their behaviours and their relationship with their money. And obviously that's where my professional skills, but obviously the empathy that comes with having a good conversation with someone, it comes to light.
Empathy skills never go to waste, no matter what industry you are in. In terms of having, a platform to speak about feelings for men, do you feel like men sort of tend to back down and withdraw a lot more than women in your experience, or even in your upbringing? Have you found that with the men in your life?
Yeah, I can honestly say that I was always an emotional sort of kid. I was always an emotional person, and my parents, especially my dad, always used to say that as a, you wear your heart on your sleeve, you always care, you're very caring and genuine. But it always came down to the fact that, I never had anyone around me from even a male perspective that was in that same position. And I guess from a men's point of view, she'll be right. You hear those conversations, and it's quite a general sort of throwaway line. But what I have seen is a big shift in people wanting to talk about things a little bit more. But it has to start with that initial conversation. And so I want to lead the charge in helping more men talk about their feelings, talk about their problems, the good things in their life, the things that aren't going so well. And obviously, if there's really, really dark times that they've been experiencing, they've got someone in myself and obviously in the buddies at the Male Hug to actually talk to. And we're just here to listen, purely and simply.
If someone out there is listening to this conversation right now and really resonating and perhaps struggling right now mentally and emotionally, what advice do you have for them to start on this journey?
Yeah. And whilst we're not an organisation that gives, the advice that, around crisis management and those types of things, we're obviously here to listen. But the one thing that I would say is, if you've got someone in your close network that you trust to have that initial conversation, most certainly have that conversation with them, start the chat, ask them if they've got 5 minutes of time. Just, you need to talk to them about something. Yeah. Second step, most important for us, is pick up the phone. We've got a buddy service that is there to help, and it is there to listen in a non-judgmental way. We're obviously not trained psychologists or professionals, so there'll be a point in time where we won't be able to provide medical or professional assistance from that perspective. But that's not our purpose. Our purpose is to be there to listen, and obviously to help someone move on to the next phase of their journey and make sure that they seek the appropriate help. And a lot of the times we're hearing that it's probably just more a conversation. They just needed someone to talk to, and all of a sudden the clarity, it appears, and they have a great path moving forward.
Such a great platform. I can't finish this conversation with actually checking in with you on a personal level. So I know we have the throwaway comments. How are you? Yeah, I'm great. I'm excellent. And we move on. But how are you doing really at the moment, Dan?
COVID and the pandemic has been hard. I don't shy away from that. Life is hard. It's not an easy path. It has its ups and downs, and it's been a challenging time. Maritza, you and I have spoken about, me working from home, and it's been something that I hated because I'm a people person. I love connecting with everyone, and having to be isolated at home and working from a home environment, I really hated it. But personally now, I've really come to the fact that this is now the new normal. I've really enjoyed the experience and I've made the most of it. And I've found a belief that, okay, this is for now, it's not forever. And I've tried to help and inspire and motivate people around me and the family to feel those same sort of things. And we've made some good changes, some good habits, keeping exercise up, keep walking, eating healthy, certainly connecting with people over Zoom and things like that as we have now, and staying in contact with people has really, really helped. We've had that many Zoom birthdays over the last nearly 24 months now. It's crazy, but the good thing is we can still stay connected.
The roller coaster ride is definitely real, that roller coaster of emotions that we're all going through, but we have really found some resilience over the past 18 months, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for your time today, Dan.
No worries. Thank you so much, Maritza.
Good on you, Dan. Good on you, Maritza. Thank you for that, guys. And once again, that's the conclusion of another Friday session. We've still got a couple to come throughout the month of Talktober, so make sure you catch us 12 o'clock every Friday for a Talktober Friday session. If you want to know more about the Male Hug Buddy program, just head to the website, themailehug.com.au.